Welcome to this week's Movie Math, which throughout the month of September is being brought to you by lynda.com, your online business school for entertainment and beyond. And speaking of school, Hollywood is surely grateful it's back in session, as it was a brutal summer at the box office for everyone but Universal and Disney. August was particularly dire, with no big breakout hit a la Guardians of the Galaxy last year. Fox's Fantastic Four was supposed to follow in Star-Lord and Company's footsteps, but instead ended up being a summer box office implosion rather than explosion. So over the Labor Day weekend, the industry trades focused on the festival circuit, which just kicked off with Telluride in Venice, debuting many, if not most, of this year's big awards contenders, while a different type of moviegoer shaped the top 10. Religious audiences powered War Room to a first-place finish in its second week of release, actually rising by about 10% from its debut last weekend. It will be interesting to see if War Room, made for just $3 million, can outgross the Kendrick brothers' Courageous and Fireproof this week before Hollywood roars back to life with some genuine contenders. But this #1 standing will certainly raise the religious filmmaker's profile and the profile of the genre regardless. As for older audiences, they flocked to Robert Redford's A Walk in the Woods, giving a movie that seemingly came out of nowhere a third-place debut. And this makes Broad Green Pictures the second brand-new distributor to have a serious impact on the top 10 after Styx Entertainment with The Gift just last month. As the established Hollywood studios focus almost entirely on blockbuster franchises and are starting to send a number of their smaller movies straight to iTunes, are these newbie distributors proving that maybe the mid-range film isn't dead after all? Especially if you keep the costs down, package it well, and make a good one. Then Spanish-language audiences powered Mexican animated film Un Gallo Con Muchos Huevos to 9th place. Yet it was only playing in a little under 400 theaters, giving the flick the highest per-theater average in the top 10. Bollywood and Spanish-language films have been consistently cracking the top 10 for some time now, so one has to wonder if we'll see a stronger push from both industries in the near future to try and get a bigger piece of the U.S. box office pie. Or perhaps if the Hollywood studios will try to woo those audiences themselves. For instance, Disney is working hard to break into Bollywood, so why not release those pictures stateside as well? Finally, as for the weekend's other new release, the Transporter Refueled came in dead last for the franchise, as expected. This isn't great for Deadpool either, as the last thing that picture needs is another box office dud weighing it down. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Reynolds. But the silver lining here is that the Transporter Refueled was released by France's EuropaCorp itself and was a significant improvement over the debut of their first stateside release, Big Game, earlier this year. Even Pantaleon partnered with Lionsgate to release Un Gallo, so if EuropaCorp can continue to improve its standing, it might encourage other foreign distributors to go it alone here as well. As for the rest of the box office, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Inside Out, and even The Man from U.N.C.L.E. saw slight gains as audiences picked over the summer leftovers. There were even some significant gains outside of the top 10, with Minions, Ant-Man, Jurassic World, and The Gift also selling a few more tickets. Yet the latest releases, No Escape, Sinister 2, Hitman Agent 47, and American Ultra, all continued to drop. Now, before we take a look at next week's movies, I want to thank our sponsor. You watch Movie Math to learn more about the business of movie making, which is why when lynda.com reached out to me, I was happy to have them as a sponsor because they're a perfect fit with this show. lynda.com offers classes on everything from cinematography to how to ask your boss for a raise. And now lynda.com is offering Movie Math viewers a free 10-day trial. Just go to lynda.com/moviemath to sign up and get unlimited access to all of their courses. Then at the end of the 10 days, simply let them know whether or not you wish to keep learning. That's lynda.com/moviemath, and be sure to use that link so they know that Movie Math sent you. So, as for this coming weekend, again, Hollywood finally offers some solid contenders with The Perfect Guy and The Visit, both of which should easily take the top 2 spots before things get really interesting next weekend. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.